G'day, John Morrison here, Quality Cameras and Computers, and today's sort of showing you John's choice as far as a high quality SLR with great versatility. This is one of my favorites. It's a new favorite, my past favorite being the K50 from Pentax, which was a weather resistant DSLR with dual battery capability and everything. Well, this is the newest version, the KS-2. And as you can see, you can get it in several different colors. But before we even look at what the camera can do, I'd like to explain a couple of things that we can't see about this camera. And that is that many of the other manufacturers are using what is called a mirror box in the prism area here. So you'll only see about 92 to 95% of what you're taking a picture of, whereas with Pentax, they're still using, as they use with film cameras, the glass prism in even their very entry-level models. And as a result, you see 100% of what you're going to get, and you'll likely see more detail in shadow area than you will with other SLRs. The other feature is that if you get dirt up inside this in some of the other plastic DSLRs, because this one has a metal chassis, you end up having to send it away to the manufacturer to have this disassembled to be cleaned. Whereas with Pentax, that's less likely to happen because dirt basically can be cleaned off the bottom of this through the mirror box. So it's a major part of making this camera a little more exceptional. Yes, it adds a little bit to the weight, but it gives you a much finer product for viewing, and that's one of the most important things, is what you're going to see with your eye. This camera also has image stabilization built in the body. So the sensor actually floats between electromagnets. So when you're riding on the back of a Harley Davidson or a tour bus, or you're just holding the camera and your pulse is giving it a little shake, the camera in the anti-shake mode is going to correct for some of that. Okay. Some of the other features that makes this camera an exceptional buy, it has of course the articulating screen, which is good for shooting over the heads of crowds, or on the end of a monopod following the cat or dog or the toddler around the house doing videos. Of course, this does high definition video capability as well. The other feature is that the sensor in the Pentax series of cameras is now 12% larger than the competition. And of course, the other, Canon for example, only has a 1-year warranty, whereas Pentax has a 2-year warranty. The other feature about this camera that is exceptional is that it has award-winning software. It won awards several years in a row from the photo industry for the best entry-level software. The functionality of this camera, it makes it still a camera. It's not just a camera that takes, or a computer that takes pictures. It's a camera. So you can get to the action quicker. It has 2 thumb wheels, and this is a body that is under $1,000. This camera basically with the 18 to 55 is running Canadian around $699. So it has 2 thumb wheels, whereas the Rebel series, for example, you have 1 thumb wheel, and then when you want to make the other function work, you got to use the 2 fingers. The controls on the back here are also shown in the viewing screen area, laid out exactly the same, and there's an info button here. And when you hit the info button, what happens is all the logos come up on the screen, all the nomenclatures, as they're called, that show the different functions of the camera, the ones that you would most commonly want to get to quickly. Instead of having to menu dive, as you do with other SLRs, this camera takes you right to them. You use the cursor here, or you can use the thumb wheel, make the adjustments, choose the one you want, and be back on the subject very rapidly. And another feature that allows you to react quickly is when you want to take a raw shot. That's where you double the amount of information the sensor is going to collect for one shot. With other SLRs, you'd have to go into the menu, choose raw or whatever, and away you go, unless you're in a class of camera that allows you to shoot both JPEG and RAW at the same time. But this camera has a button right here on the side that has dual functionality, and you can just put your finger on that button and take one shot, and the camera automatically jumps to RAW. So it doubles the amount of information that it accepts. The sensor in this camera is state-of-the-art. It's ahead of the competition out there now. This baby right here has got the nice 18-135. This is a weather-resistant camera. It's O-ring sealed. So are the lenses. There are a group of lenses, about 5 from Pentax, that are WR. And let's understand that Pentax invented super multi-coating. So their lenses are extremely well made, very accurate, very sharp, and a good selection. So this is the KS-2. It also has built-in Wi-Fi. It has 2 user modes. So you can set up one for, let's say you have a nephew that is into hockey. So you can set that up for the rink, for mercury vapor lighting or whatever. And user 2 you can set up for the granddaughter who's in the YMCA gymnasium under incandescent lighting, and you can set that up with the particular ISO or whatever and light correction that you need with white balance, so that when you go into these 2 environments it's a very quick set. As a matter of fact, this camera also has, of course, a high definition, all the other manual modes as well. Wi-Fi, I think have I covered everything? Oh gee, there's probably something I've missed. But if you're looking for a high quality SLR that offers more value, and let's understand, my experience has been, and this has been said by professionals who've studied the technology's markets, is that the company that sells the most product is seldom, if never, the company that gives you the best value for the dollar. This is one of the best values out there, the Pentax series, K-series cameras. Drop into Quality Cameras and Computers. All this and more on the 2nd floor, downtown Sydney. Thank you.